Welcome to the latest episode of the Town Matters podcast. This is Town Manager John Potter broadcasting from the BCTV studios in Brattleboro, Vermont. This podcast is a quick update on what is happening in Brattleboro town government. Today, let's look back at the Select Board's meeting on Tuesday, August 20th, and then look ahead at the agenda to be discussed on the night of Tuesday, September 3rd. Here's a summary of what happened at the board's second meeting in August. The board approved minutes, had a few updates, and heard public comments before they considered and approved a consent agenda with 2 contract awards on it. A contract for $115,300 to put a waterproof membrane in at the Brattleboro Transportation Center, and a contract for $73,000 to replace the heating, ventilation, and AC system at the Central Fire Station. Under new business, Finance Director Kimberly Frost gave an update on the FY26 budget process, and several aspects of that were discussed: RTM focus groups, OpenGov financial software, line item estimates for budget building, and expenditure increase targets. The board adopted the FY26 budget process as amended to include line items. Next, Police Chief Norma Hardy and Assistant Police Chief Jeremy Evans entered the meeting with Monica Weber and Dr. Robin Joy from the Crime Research Group to discuss the Brattleboro Police Department's data project. They discussed call types, the people involved in crimes, and the top 10 locations in town where incidents occurred. There was a discussion about data-driven collaboration, meeting basic needs in the community, the research behind coordinated community responses, HIPAA data protection, domestic violence, and the risks associated with giving cash to people who are addicted to drugs. No motion was requested or made on this item. Next, the Select Board considered the Brattleboro Police Department's Downtown Safety Action Plan and approved several motions. First, a motion to formalize the Brattleboro Resource Assistance Team and hire 2 team members to replace the contracted security officers downtown. This motion passed 5-0. Second, a motion to develop cost estimates and a plan to fund hiring 3 additional police officers, hiring and training 2 additional Brattleboro Resource Assistance Team members, hiring an emergency services data analyst, and designing and constructing improvements to the Brattleboro Transportation Center to include a satellite office for the Brattleboro Police Department and its Brattleboro Resource Assistance Team. And that motion also passed 5-0. And finally, a motion to add 3 additional cameras in the downtown area by the end of the year using the remaining community safety funds was also passed 5-0. The board tabled their planning for the annual safety fair and forum and closed out the night on August 20th with an update on the Estiville Park gazebo. Recreation and Parks Director Carol Lalott discussed this item. The board had several questions and talked about the height of the structure. A motion to endorse a project to rehabilitate the Estiville bandstand and place it at mid-level in Fuller Park was approved 5-0. The next Select Board meeting is a regular meeting scheduled for Tuesday, September 3rd at 6:15 p.m. in the Select Board meeting room at 230 Main Street or on Zoom, and the Zoom information is available on the website at brattleboro.gov. The preliminary agenda for September 3rd has the following. On the consent agenda, there are 6 items for consideration. Assignment of a new street name for E911 purposes, a pump replacement bid award for the Wilson Woods wastewater plant in the amount of $36,747, a possible bid award for Sawdust Alley paving down at the end of Burge Street in the amount of $103,180.75, a parade permit for the Sandglass Theater, a second-class liquor license and tobacco license renewal for Changeezy Food Mart, and the award of a bid in the amount of $41,082.51 for police vehicle upfitting. Under old business, the board will consider planning for the annual safety fair and forum, followed by 4 items on new business. There will be a public hearing for an affordable housing grant application for 12 to 14 Elliott Street. The board will be asked as health commissioners to issue a health order for 6 Reynolds Drive. Then the board will be considering 2 community safety related items. First, they will take a look at the current status of the community safety review recommendations from 2020, as well as developments in the police department. And second, they will consider an acceptable conduct ordinance, also known as safety zones. That will round out the meeting on September 3rd. I do have several announcements here also to make. First one is registration is now open for fall youth sports, including soccer, field hockey, flag football, chess, and gymnastics. Register by Friday, August 30th at 9 a.m. to avoid a $10 late fee. You can register in person at the Gibson-Aiken Center or online by visiting the Recreation and Parks section at brattleboro.gov. Anyone registering on or after September 6th must visit the Gibson-Aiken Center in person to be added to a wait list and will be permitted to register for the program only if there's space available. Join us as the police department faces off against the fire department during the First Responders Softball Tournament. Proceeds from this charity event will benefit Frontline Foundations. The game will be happening on Saturday, September 14th at 5 p.m. at West River Park, which is located at 333 West River Road in Brattleboro. Entry for this family-friendly event is by donation. Gates will open at 4 p.m. and parking is free. Final announcement, the Secretary of State's office will be mailing the general election ballot to all active registered voters by late September. They will be pulling that list from the election database at the beginning of September. So log into your My Voter page at mvp.vermont.gov to be sure that your voter status is active and that your mailing address is updated and correct. If you will be out of town during that time, you can request a ballot to be mailed to you at the address where you will be. The election will be held on November 5th, 2024 from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the American Legion. For more information about elections, contact the town clerk's office at 802-251-8157 or townclerk@brattleboro.gov. So that's a few timely announcements and a summary of what the Select Board has been addressing at its regular meetings. Please see the town website, brattleboro.gov, for lots of additional information, including meeting agendas, reports, and backup materials. Thanks for listening to Town Matters, and check in again soon.